BigMel Beats.
What's going on? What's going on, fam bam? This is TeNoonzie back at it again. Chilling in the man cave as usual. Hope everybody's been doing well. Shout out to my guy BigMel for the beats. Y'all already know his information is going to be in the description box. We're just going to go ahead and get straight to it, man. Our guy, Richard Sherman. He's now a free agent. He last played for the 49ers. Prior to that, he played a bunch of seasons with the Seattle Seahawks. He was just recently arrested a couple of days ago. They got video footage of him trying to force his way into a home of his in-laws. And, the story was a little bit vague at first. They were just saying, he got all these charges, battery and domestic violence and not burglary, but the other word they use for it. And then they was quiet about it. But just yesterday, they started bringing out more details as far as what happened. Even the police out there in Seattle, they had a press conference and started discussing what happened. Talking about the police were called because he was having a somewhat of a physical altercation with a family member or in-law, and he was making phone calls or text messages to people saying that he's gonna hang himself and he feels like killing himself. So allegedly, Mr. Sherman, his wife, is the one that called the police, and she was concerned. But I think that was very dangerous of a thing for her to do. But when you care about somebody and they're bigger and stronger and things are getting out of hand, as a female, I guess that's an option that you have. Not to knock on anything that she did, but he was saying stuff like, if the police come, just know I'm gonna fight the police. Don't shoot me though, because I'm unarmed. I don't have no weapons and all this. Like, all this stuff is being said in the 911 call. Y'all can look that up. And everybody's been talking about how all this crazy stuff happening with him, and maybe he's going through it because he's a free agent now and he hasn't gotten a contract. And I'm gonna go ahead and keep the pressure on it. Everybody forgot about Dr. Bennett Amalu, the one who discovered CTE. It's kind of got me thinking that Richard Sherman may be suffering from that. Now, in the 911 call, his alleged wife stated that Richard Sherman did drink 2 bottles of alcohol, some hard stuff. Like, he has some, I want to say, either some vodka and some Hennessy. So that's, depending on what kind of vodka. Shit, that's clear and brown. That's all bad right there. So the fact that he even drank two bottles, that could have killed him all alone. But you just never really know what's going on in people's mind, and I'm going with Dr. Bennett Amalu on this one. He's the doctor that discovered CTE, which is like a brain injury that happens with athletes that play high impact sports such as football, boxing, etc. Right? And if you look at the brain of someone who plays high impact sports like that and compare it to somebody who doesn't, there's a lot of scar tissue and a lot of damage around the brain that could possibly, rewire the way people think and their behaviors and stuff like that. So Mr. Sherman could very well be suffering from that. He's a cornerback and they get real physical. Their whole job is to stop and defend that wide receiver or whoever else has the ball for that matter. So I hope he's doing all right. I hope he gets better. He did put out a statement saying that he feels apologetic for what he had done, and he's going to seek some help. And I hope one of them things that he's going to do is get his brain scanned. He needs it scanned immediately. And I think it's more than just the alcohol that just kind of set him off, you know. Drunk man tells no tales. That's an old saying. And if those thoughts came to him after he had some drink, after he had a couple of bottles, those thoughts were already there. Okay, and that could be that CTE creeping up on him. So shout out to Richard Sherman. Everybody be saying, every time I go somewhere, especially because I'm from the city, I'm from San Francisco, so every time people see me, and because I got my hair, they always say I look like Richard Sherman. I do not look like Richard Sherman. Our hair the same, but that's about it. You know, people always say that. But anyway, on the lighter side of things, man, I did watch the video. It was somewhat frightening to see him going through that, and I say that because if you're used to being around somebody and they're a little more mild mannered, to see them go off like that is pretty bad. But what was he saying in the video? What was he saying? He was saying, "Come through, come through." He came with a hard one-liner. Come through. Him and Kirk Franklin, understand me? They got the cold ass one-liners. Come through. You know, who did it better? Who went off better? Richard Sherman or Kirk Franklin? You know, Richard kind of did that. He did another rendition of when he got into it with Crabtree back in the day and was like, "Don't y'all ever doubt me." Remember that? Sound a little bit like Kirk Franklin. But anyway, let me go ahead and get up out of here. I want to make this as quickly as possible and put it out there for everybody to see. Shout out to BigMel. Shout out to everybody who's been watching me. Shout out to the Instagram family, man. My followers been going up, man. But all y'all need to be going to the YouTube. Go to the YouTube. Go to my iStar. It's still there. Okay? That's where we really want to go. But we got a whole bunch of other things going on. The backpacks, the USB cables, all that other good stuff. It's all coming. In fact, at the end of this video, I'm going to go ahead and play that. Play my commercial. All right? I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.